Very fine morning, my dear students. Hope you all will be fine by the grace of God. Students, today we will continue with the same chapter, that is chapter number 3rd of Science 1 Standard 10th. So, before starting today's lecture, let us recall what we have studied or what we have learned in our previous lecture. In our previous lecture, we have studied about chemical equation, chemical reaction, some activities, writing a chemical reaction mean how we can write a chemical reaction, steps of writing chemical reaction, balancing a chemical equation, etc. Children, in today's lecture, we will study about types of chemical reaction as combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction, etc. In this lecture also, whatever the omitted contents are there, that I will cancel out, children. So let us start our explanation part. Students, today we are going to start from this topic, that is the chemical reaction are how many types, mean types of chemical reaction. So let us see, children, that how many types of chemical reactions are there, and we have to study all types of chemical reaction. So chemical reaction are especially classified into 4 types of reactions according to their nature of reaction and number of reactant and the number of product. So first one is the combination reaction. You can see here, children, this is the combination reaction. So what apparatus we have to take? Test tube, glass rod, beaker, etc. What chemical we have to take? Hydrochloric acid, its symbol is HCl, ammonia solution, slaked lime, etc. The slaked lime is CaO, that is calcium oxide. So let us see the activity, children. So this is combination reaction. We are going to see one activity. We had to take, this is activity number 1. We had to take a small amount of hydrochloric acid or HCl in a test tube. Then we had to heat the test tube. After that, we had to dip a glass rod in the ammonia solution, and this glass rod we should hold on the top of the test tube, and let us observe that a white smoke is coming out from the tip of the glass rod. Let us see now what happened, that due to heating of the hydrochloric acid, the HCl vapors start coming out from the test tube, and here the NH3, that is ammonia gas. NH3 is what, children? It is ammonia gas that came out from the solution of the glass rod. This ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas react to form the salt that is called ammonium chloride. So here you can see this salt is formed, that is the ammonium chloride salt. So here this will be in the gaseous state first, but after some time it will due to condensation process, immediately it will transform into the solid state. So as a result, white smoke will be formed. The chemical equation will be, we'll see the chemical equation how it occurs. Children, you can see here that NH3 is ammonia gas, that will be G mean gaseous form. Then HCl fumes hydrochloric acid fumes, and sometime if you will open the pure hydrochloric acid, then you can see the fumes are coming out. Then it will form NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride. It will be in the solid form. This is the reaction. Now we'll see the activity 2. This is activity 2, children. Here we have to take a magnesium strip that already I have explained you in the experiment. So here we have to take a magnesium strip, and on burning this in the air, what will happen, that oxygen from the air combine and a white powder of magnesium oxide will be formed. The reaction, how we can write, here you will see. So this is 2 mg here, that combined with the oxygen of atmosphere, it will form 2 MgO, that is magnesium oxide. So children, in this reaction magnesium oxide is formed as a single product by combination of magnesium and oxygen. Let us see the third activity, children. This is our third activity. In this, what we have to take? We have to take the water in a beaker. How much water? At minimum half of the beaker should be filled. And then we will add some slaked lime. Slaked lime is what? That is calcium oxide in that water. Then what will be formed? Calcium hydroxide will be formed. Why this calcium hydroxide will be formed? Because here the combination reaction occur, that calcium oxide and water, they both will combine and they will generate a large amount of the heat, and therefore calcium hydroxide will be formed. See the reaction. This is the reaction, children. Calcium oxide and water, they will react, they will form calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, that is calcium hydroxide, plus heat will be liberated out or heat will be released. This is the chemical equation. So this all chemical equation you have to learn, because these are important, and if you write correctly, you'll get the full marks in this. Now children, use your brain power. Mostly they have cancelled. This is reduced for your syllabus. So how we will define the combination reaction? This is very important point. You have to learn it by heart. This you have to underline, children, full, and you have to learn it by heart. When two or more reactants combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called combination reaction. So this is very easy. You can learn easily. So you have to learn it, children. After that, this full activity is cancelled for you. Now, here only this much you have to see what reaction is there with the sugar. So this is the sugar formula, C12H22O11. When we are burning the sugar, then a black color solid substance is formed, that is carbon. So it will release 12 carbon atom plus 11 H2O. This is the reaction. This reaction in which there is only one reactant and it gives rise to a more product, this is called the decomposition reaction. So this you have to underline, full you have to underline. Now let us see one more activity. What apparatus we have to take, children, here? This is the decomposition of calcium carbonate. You can see here. So in this activity, what apparatus will need? 2 test tubes, bent tube, why? It is also known as delivery tube, so that the gas will go in the lime water. What gas will be formed? Rubber cork, burner, etc. So this is the rubber cock. Here this is here down, it is burner because heating here, and here we have taken lime water. In this test tube we have taken calcium carbonate. So what chemicals we need? Calcium carbonate, freshly prepared lime water, etc. What is the procedure? We have to take some calcium carbonate in a test tube. Then we have to fit a bent tube or delivery tube with the help of a rubber cock. Then we'll insert the other end of this delivery tube in freshly prepared lime water, which will be taking in the other test tube. Then when we'll heat the powder, that is calcium carbonate, in the first test tube strongly, we will see that the gas formed will go and just do the reaction with the lime water, and here this lime water will turn to milky. So in this activity we can see that calcium carbonate undergoes decomposition reaction and the carbon dioxide gas will be formed. This carbon dioxide gas only turns the lime water milky after reacting with the lime water. The second product of the reaction, that is calcium oxide, that remained behind in the first test tube. Same way another reaction we can see, that is of hydrogen peroxide. The formula for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. It is naturally hydrogen peroxide naturally undergoes slow decomposition into water and oxygen. So let us see the reaction, children. These two are the reaction. We'll see here. This is calcium carbonate. S is forward in the solid state. Why this triangle, small triangle is there on the arrow? Because heat is given in this reaction. Already I told you that calcium carbonate is heated. That means heat is given here. That is why this small triangle is the symbol of the heating. What will be formed? Calcium oxide, that is slag lime, and carbon dioxide will be liberated out. That this carbon dioxide only turns the lime water milky. Then in next reaction we will see 2H2O2 mean hydrogen peroxide undergoes decomposition and forms the H2O, that is in the liquid form, water, and oxygen gas will be liberated out. So this both reaction are decomposition reaction. This you have to learn. So I think you might be understanding the reaction what I am teaching you. Children, this is cancel out for you. Here this also is cancel out for you. You can see this reaction 2H2O, that is in the liquid form. It will give the product as 2H2 plus O2. That means hydrogen and oxygen gas. So the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as decomposition reaction. This is very important. You have to learn the definition by heart. We'll see here many degradation process takes place in the nature surrounding to us. We are putting the vegetable peeling etc., then our spoiled food etc. together. These all get decomposed. These all are the organic waste. And how they decompose? They decompose with the microorganism. As a result of which, what will be formed, children? The manure which we can use in the fields, and the biogas can be formed. Now we'll see the next reaction, children. What is the next reaction? Our next reaction is the displacement reaction. So this is our displacement reaction. So children, we will see that in the beginning of this chapter we have seen one equation that zinc dust is added to blue colored copper sulfate solution, and a colorless solution of zinc sulfate will be formed. As well, the heat will be generated. So here we can see that the zinc ions formed from Zn atoms, it takes place the copper ions place. This zinc atom take the place of copper ions place in copper sulfate, and copper atoms formed from the copper ions come out. It means that zinc displaces copper from CuSO4 or copper sulfate. So children, here two terms are used, atom and ions. So what is the difference between these two terms, atom and ions? I think you must be knowing. Still, I'll explain you that atoms mean write, like if you write only Zn, then it is atom. But if you write Zn plus 2, it is ion, because it is having plus 2 valency. So this is the difference between ion and atom. Now, how the reaction will be there, that we'll see here. First of all, we'll see that what is the definition of this reaction. Here, this you have to underline, children. The reaction in which the place of the ion of a less reactive element in a compound is taken by another more reactive element by formation of its own ion is called displacement reaction. So, we'll learn about the reactivity of element in the chapter of metallurgy. In this book, the element iron and lead, they are similar to zinc displaces copper from the compound. Now children, how this reaction will take place, that I'll show you. See, here CuSO4, that will be in the aqueous form. It will react with the zinc, that will be in the solid form. What they will form, children? ZnSO4 and copper in the solid. This will be the reaction. So once again you see CuSO4 plus Zn. This is in solid form. They will form ZnSO4, that is also aqueous, and CuSO4 also aqueous, plus Cu, that is in the solid form. So this way we can see the reaction occurs. Now you have to complete the following reaction. CuSO4 in the aqueous form plus Fe, that is in the solid form. What will be formed here, children? In the first, this FeSO4, and here what will be left out? Copper. Now second one, CuSO4, that is in aqueous form. It will react with the lead. It will form PbSO4, plus Cu. Now next we'll see double displacement reaction. So far we have seen that combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, etc. Now we will see the double displacement reaction. We can see that white precipitate of silver chloride is formed by the exchange of silver and sodium ions which are present in the reaction. The reaction in which the ions in the reactant are exchanged to form a precipitate, that is called double decomposition reaction. So let us see here. This definition you have to underline, children. The reaction in which the ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate are called the double displacement reaction. So here we will see that when potassium chromate, what is the formula for potassium chromate? K2CrO4 is added to barium sulfate solution, how the reaction takes place. So let us see the reaction, children. I'll just explain you here. K2 CrO4 plus BaSO4, that is barium sulfate. You have to pay attention that how it should be written, that like R small, C capital, like these all things you have to keep in mind, because otherwise you will get 0 in the equation. Then what will be formed here? K2SO4 plus BaCrO4. This is the reaction, children. Now we'll see the questions. What was the color of the precipitate formed? So it is yellow color. Then you can write this yellow. Write the name of the precipitate. So what it is, children? Barium chromate. Barium chromate. Then write down balance equation, that already I told you. Then will you call this reaction a displacement or double displacement reaction? So what is the answer? Answer is that double displacement reaction. So I hope that this all type of the reactions will be clear to you, children. So you learn this nicely, and here I am ending my lecture. Next turn we'll start with the endothermic and exothermic process and reaction. Again I am telling you, children, that you have to write the important point. Whatever these questions I told, that also you write that what was the color of the precipitate formed, write the name of precipitate. So this all if you will practice now, then it will be easy for you. Go thoroughly through all the points, learn them, Don't mug up, just try to understand. And this all answers you write in your rough book, children. And whatever the important point I have given, that you write in your long book what you have made of 100 pages, so that during exam you can learn those important points. So mostly full revision will be there, children. You have to practice the chemical equation, each equation five times. Whatever chemical equation are there in this chapter, each equation 5 times you have to write in your assignment book. This is your assignment. So be careful, children, that do your assignment anytime I may ask the assignment book for the correction. So here I am ending my lecture, children. Hope all the points what I taught will be clear to all of you. If any doubt, you can just message me. I'll explain you. Thank you, children.